We run around so many games throughout our life, no matter the genre, trying to better equip ourselves for the adventures ahead. We're always on the lookout for something better suited for our character, creating the sense that we may become an invincible stability in our game's universe. As we take a stroll through Hytale Lane, we meet this exact idea: armor. Therefore, my name is Mephillist, and in today's Hytale news video, I'll be giving you the rundown on anything and everything that the public has been given regarding armor. Today, we're covering a topic suggested by you guys. Everything we know about armor so far in Hytale. Before we jump into that though, we'd just like to once again thank you for all your support, from our Discord to our channel. And by all means, if you have more topic suggestions, let us know in the comments. With that being said, we want to give a shout out to our Discord community, in which you can join in right now. As always, the link is down in the description, and without further ado, let's get into the news. So far, we know a little bit about what we can expect from armor in Hytale. Today, we're only going to be talking about armor that players wear, because NPC armor is a whole other rabbit hole. Our first look at Hytale armor was showcased in the Hytale UI blog post, and we can see here that there are a couple of slots for different pieces of armor and wearables. We have our standard helmet, chest plate, and leggings set up, but also gloves, and then right underneath the avatar we have 4 ring slots which will provide extra boosts and abilities, no doubt, and then a central box, which we assume is for backpack attachments. We know that there are backpacks, helipacks, and oxygen tanks equipable in-game, so this would make sense. Keep in mind that the developers have said that this UI is not necessarily final when the game releases. These are just proof of concepts. Moving into the inventory, we can also see 2 golden helmets that have an unmistakable gladiator look. Now, this screenshot is interesting. It's a crafting diagram concept that looks like a library of sorts for crafting recipes. If you bring your eyes up to the top, you'll notice an armor tab with a gladiator looking helmet. And the description beneath talks about being able to craft and potentially learn more recipes for items as you advance through the game, meaning there could be a whole lot of armor types from common to legendary, and some that only unlock at a certain point in the game. This takes us away from the material-based world of Minecraft, in the sense that it may require more than just a diamond to craft. You might have to earn wisdom passed down to you by an NPC, or prove yourself through a story arc to a race that can grant you new crafting knowledge. This is purely speculative, but there is so much potential. Even if it was elementally based, there are whole other planets that could possess the materials needed, and getting there would be a challenge in and of itself. Here we see an example of a rare soldier's chestplate with 28 points of shielding power. Again, the blog post this was pulled from, the devs said it isn't final, but the classification system of armor is interesting and a nice contrast away from iron, leather, gold, and diamond. One reason for this classification system could be that there are, in fact, multiple types of chestplates that you can craft from the same material that differ in buffs. We see the soldier's chestplate in action here, with a player that has equipped the full set, including gloves, the helmet, the leggings, and definitely some kind of footwear that might be attached to the leggings. And again, here with the blonde guy on the right, but the shoes look noticeably different. We see that the girl with white hair has a kind of copper, wood, and fine armor that looks similar, but slightly less durable just by the textures and amount of coverage. In this screenshot, we see the same armor on another girl equipped with what looks to be a wooden shield that seems reminiscent of the Quebec forest wood. Moving on to this next screenshot, we see a group of travelers with different types of armor role-playing different skill sets. If you remember back to the Noxie interview, we were informed that armor has a big role in the class of weapons that you are using. While there aren't strictly level player classes in this game, there are classes of weapons that any player can switch between interchangeably. To balance the ability to switch from one class of weapon to another, the armor determines aspects of how that weapon will perform. We don't know exactly how this mechanic will perform in-game. For example, not having the right gloves could render your elemental staff completely useless. But we do know that what you wear assists other players in anticipating your strategies. So, back to the screenshot, we have a very bare looking archer type with a bow, quiver, armband, and coves equipped. This makes sense as archers need dexterity to shoot accurately, and having less weight on the arms and chest could be a benefit, especially if they're sniping. The guy on the right brandishing an axe has a golden looking chest plate, gloves, and we know from the first screenshot that goggles are part of the skin and not actually a wearable item. At least, not in that orientation. And then, on the left we see a girl that looks like a sorceress of some kind, of royalty with a tiara. She has a cool looking ice staff and robes that might be in place of armor for the purpose of her weapon. And the belt looks particularly useful with a matching gem that probably boosts her abilities. This golden armor appears again in this screenshot, where the player is using a type of short sword that seems to be made of similar material, and a leather backpack. The leggings and gloves are also identical, and he's in a completely different environment, so it doesn't seem as though armor will be needed for freezing cold biomes. A similar setup is seen in this screenshot where we have the same gloves and a quiver, this time a spear, though made out of similar material to the armor we just mentioned. Now, onto higher grades of armor, we can see this outfit looks pretty rugged and decorated, indicating that this player might be at a tougher difficulty stage. We see she has the leggings, shoes, gloves, chestplate, shield, and sword. The only thing missing being the helmet. And this screenshot, the guy is wearing the same thing, so we can see it from another angle. But notice the other two players also. We can see both the archer and elf mage are wearing robes instead of plated armor. However, the archer does have a set of gold gloves, and the mage has her tiara. Her robes match her staff, which might be a necessary element, no pun intended, of ensuring maximum damage. Interestingly, in this scene, we have another late-stage boss fight with the gladiator helmet, a chestplate that includes a cape and an archer looking very Robin Hood in the full-length cape. And perhaps the most strange armor we've come across so far is this. It looks particularly plain, but unlike anything we've shown thus far. The helmet has prongs, the chestplate looks to have feather blue shoulder pads, and the shoes or leggings also look quite strange. The gloves have a different texture to the ones we saw in the Ice Dragon screenshot. It looks very similar to the water rune and the carved stones at either side of the portal. The whole outfit looks particularly aerodynamic in comparison to the armor we saw previously that looked a lot heavier. So, what are your thoughts on armor in Hytale? Which pieces do you like the most? But anyways, now it's time to thank you all for watching today's news video. It truly means a lot to us. You, the community, is what drives us every day to continue to bring the most recent and relevant news from Hytale. Thank you. As always, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Let us know if we missed anything at all, and we'll be sure to respond as we'd love to hear anything more about Hytale. We're always reading and we'll be responding to as many as possible. But as always, we'll see you guys soon for another Hytale news video. This was Mephillist. Peace out.